Hello, hello. Welcome to my brand new format where I'm conveying meaningful and useful information about the MOCA ecosystem while showing you completely unrelated visuals to ensure that you basically stick with me and you continue to listen to like my avatar talking in the bottom corner to you. In this video, we are going to fly with a citation jet from Nice to Florence inside Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I'm talking about NFT activations in the MOCA ecosystem, like why you should do it, how you can do it, and what it implies to like fuel your NFTs without losing any ownership, of course, with the MOCA utility. And let's head to the runway and kick off these engines to start our journey. Fuck yeah, here we go. So, okay. I'm a co-pilot myself, so let's release that brake and fire up those engines. So we are currently heading southwest. We need to like turn around to go east because that's where Italy is. Let me like quickly take off and then we can start talking about MOCA and NFT activations. So let me give this a turn. Rather sooner than later. I don't think like pilots in the real world would fly like this, so don't get like stressed. It's just a game, and I'm playing like on the easy settings so that that this airplane doesn't like fucks up while my attention is a bit more on like talking about MOCA. So we are now heading east. On the left side you can see the Swiss Alps in the background. We like cross that, we head over to Switzerland, but we are going east to Italy. The city on the left is Nice. Let's go down a bit more so you can see it better. And then we do some low altitude flying. But yeah, let's start talking about MOCA. What is MOCA? For everybody who still doesn't know, I'm sure there are still people. Of course they are. And this video is going to be watched years from now, where we onboard new people into the Web3 space. So MOCA is the Museum of Crypto Art. It's a community-driven art museum that is built using smart contracts and Web3 narratives. It's a non-profit foundation. MOCA as a project has been around since 2020, and like we transitioned it into like this foundation model with its own token, with the goal to further decentralize the curation and stuff in 2021. So we are building like on-chain curation tools that aims to decentralize the governance of the museum. We've started with this year with MOCA Rooms, which is like fully on-chain, and we are going to build up a lot more around this narrative in 2023. So the goal basically is to capture a lot of like subjective realities and curation and opinion into a more objective reality that is being constantly conserved to build up a historic record of the Web3 space that we all like love so much. And the basic move to bring your assets into these systems is to activate them. And this is required to use them across like the MOCA ecosystem. The product ecosystem that we have been building only recognizes like activated assets, which keeps the UI very clean. You only see the assets that you basically opt in by activating them, and removes everything else, like all the airdrops and stuff, from the user experience. So when you activate your NFTs, you can like organize and share them in your MOCA profile. We call that the multipass. It's the first product that we have been creating that is live, and you can from there add them into like the museum community collection, which almost has like 11,000 NFTs organized in by thousands of accounts. So you can, by activating NFTs, use your NFTs also across the broader ecosystem, the product ecosystem that we have created, which allows you to, via MOCA Show, for example, use all the NFTs that you have like added into your multipass and activated into the ecosystem for multiplayer art curation. That allows you to team up with friends and like showcase these NFTs in interoperable way. MOCA Rooms is the next extension for this, which will be like fully on chain and in 3D using modular 3D architecture, which basically wrap your showcase into like a 3D object that can be spawned across multiple different virtual worlds across the metaverse. But let's start by explaining like how activations work. So an NFT activation on MOCA is basically an on-chain asset registration on Polygon, where you can sign like a gasless transaction and send a batch of NFTs into our systems, basically on like the activation smart contract, which is just a registration. So the ownership of the asset is untouched, and you basically select 10 NFTs in the UI because that's the maximum that you can select per batch. Then you sign a transaction and it registers like these assets that you've selected via like chain ID, contract hash, and token ID. Like identifies the assets and creates like a new on-chain data set on Polygon, which basically registers and fuels the assets that you have selected with MOCA ecosystem utility. We are starting with EVM chains, or we've already started. Right now, like assets on Polygon and Ethereum are supported, and we are currently integrating better like APIs that are not censored, like the OpenSea APIs that we currently use for like querying the NFTs, so you can like select them in the UI and activate them. We are integrating like multiple APIs right now to ensure that there's no censorship and that you can select a lot of different assets even beyond those two chains, and then like register them on chain and use those assets inside the MOCA product ecosystem. So once you sign that transaction, you get like a 24-hour cooldown, which acts as a spam filter in a way, but it is also meant to force people to bring their most meaningful and valuable NFTs into this ecosystem first and be really aware about what they bring in, and think about how they keep their own user experience clean, and that way people can start to really organize their NFT inventory in a meaningful way. It will add, as everything is on chain, the assets that you activate into like a global activation feed that can be like queried from our subgraph. We have a Dune Analytics dashboard, which I am going to link in the description, that shows that there are already like 60,000 NFTs activated by 3,500, I think over almost 4,000 users. And once you have like activated your NFTs, they become like visible inside the UX of our MOCA Show and MOCA Rooms dApp, so that you can utilize these assets across the ecosystem basically, and you can add them into the community collection and showcase all of these assets in your multipass. And the reason why you should do this now is that as it's currently like free to activate a full batch of 10 NFTs, we can already state that we are going to activate a whale tax at some point, which is going to result in another approach where one NFT per day will be free. And if you want to activate more than one, the exact parameters are still yet to be defined. But if you want to activate more than one NFT in a single batch transaction, still up to 10, you have to burn MOCA token. So we already implemented this into the smart contract that we deployed when we launched this whole system in 2021, but it's not activated yet. And this whale tax is going to be used to like deflate the MOCA token at fundamental like level basically. And if you want to be like early on chain, as this is like incrementing, you should like start sooner than later to get your assets in. This is like the entire activation feed is an historic record in itself. And we have been working with Filecoin to redundantly save the entire like metadata of all activated NFTs and the media data on Filecoin, so that it would be possible to recover the assets, even if like certain EVM chains that we are going to implement in the future go down. So this is also like a multi-chain backup system for all the NFTs that you decide to activate. And yeah, I think like the most interesting utility is coming up with MOCA Rooms, with the on-chain curation stack that we are going to ship in December this year, so next month basically. We are currently like finalizing the tech stack and doing like testings, and aim to release this in really a few weeks. You will be able to use MOCA Rooms and get your first chances to get a room before the holidays. So if you don't know this, we have like daily auctions forked from nouns, where randomly generated floor NFTs are sold on daily basis, which basically means that there are NFTs that can be redeemed for actually one-of-one rooms once the system is live, that carry a single parameter, which is the slots amount, which basically means the amount of NFTs that can be showcased at the same time in a given room. Like these are already like sold since February. We were one of the first projects that forked the nouns auction contract before like a bit more hype came up around that project. And we are facilitating this in a way to distribute one-of-one architecture that is fueled again with like MOCA curation tech. So once you have like a room, you will be able to maintain the exhibition state, which is staved on chain using NFTs that are activated. So we reference to the activation data sets and the backed up data on Filecoin, and allow you to like create one exhibition after another inside the 3D room that you own. So you can place different NFTs on the walls, give like a different title and different description for each iteration that you basically conserve on chain using your room. And you can then spawn this room across different virtual worlds at the same time. So we have like permissionless APIs that serve these on-chain data curation via like a subgraph, and then our APIs aggregate additional data, like the GLB models with these are like 3D files with like the NFTs attached and stuff to like integrators, which update in real time. So when you like update your room, this information is automatically given to all integrators that work with like rooms and have like our systems integrated. So basically that means you can spawn your room into like 30 different virtual worlds like Decentraland, Somnium Space, Webaverse, Hyperfile, like whatever like is your favorite. We've been working a lot with Hyperfile recently and have like a dedicated MOCA world deployed into Webaverse at verse.museumofcryptoart.com, where you can like already see MOCA rooms in action on your desktop. And then the Hyperfile worlds that we've linked on our Twitter and are constantly pushing out work great on mobile as well, and already like in VR with like Oculus Quest. So the idea is that you can distribute all your activated NFTs across multiple virtual worlds and maintain exhibitions comfy in the museum app, and allow the software stacks that you are basically feeding with this, like these virtual worlds, to always display the latest state of your curated art exhibition. And the coolest thing is that as we believe that it's important to have like information and stuff like being available public, like the default state of a room is that everybody else is allowed to like display your room and your curation on their own virtual land plots inside these virtual worlds. So if you don't want that, you will be able to like opt out. But we believe that the more people can aggregate user curated content into like usually like still empty virtual worlds, the better. So we are providing like no code building blocks that allow like creators and artists to, and also like collectors to showcase all the stuff that they've collected using like NFT launchpads and marketplaces and like all the stuff that came up and their favorite pieces into these virtual worlds. So you should like really consider to activate your NFTs and then explore the MOCA Show product, which is already live and free to use, where you can then curate with friends and keep an eye on rooms, as like this product is really our flagship, and we've been working on this for so long, and already like the first integrations are happening with partners that you are going to like this a lot, in my opinion. Like I really love it. I've been building inside like virtual worlds for quite some time, and the hurdles and like the obstacles that you often face as somebody who like, needs to log in into like different building softwares to like maintain art exhibitions and like all that struggle that comes with that. Many of those also like require you to be a developer and like change variables here and there and like adjust code. It is really great to have the ability to like quickly swap some pieces on the wall of your 3D exhibition space, and then just press save, store like the updated exhibition on chain, conserve it historically safe. We back everything up on Filecoin redundantly, in addition to like IPFS, and we are going to implement more of these systems in the future, as this can be done in modular manner, and we see this as our job as a museum to conserve context, content, and also like chatter around these exhibitions via like on-chain commentary, which we will most likely add to all of these rooms to basically build in the future together with Filecoin a Wayback Machine style system where you can load in a room and you can like go back in time and see all the NFTs and their metadata displayed in a like Wayback Machine style UI. So I think it's a cool tool, and like activating your NFTs is like a requirement to use it. So as you can only activate 10 NFTs per day, and we are going to enable this whale text at some point. I'd really recommend to start looking into this. I'm going to put all the links into the description. You find a visual tutorial how to activate in the multipass video that I'm going to link. And then we also have tutorial videos about MOCA Show, where I'm going to explain all of that. And with MOCA Rooms as well, there's a long video that shows how you configure a room, how you put the NFTs on the wall, and how you can spawn a room into a virtual world with just a few clicks, and it will be further automated as soon as the product is fully live. You can play around with this. I invite you to do so. Enjoy everything. We didn't make it completely to Florence. It's still 75 kilometers. I'm thinking about just continue to fly there. Maybe share a bit more content that we are currently brainstorming. Yeah, let's do that. So as the launch of MOCA Rooms comes closer and closer, we are basically updating the narrative a bit. Not updating, but manifesting it even more. If you read our manifesto that has been released with the token launch, and when we revamped everything, you can see that this was always the goal. But now that we have rooms, we can clearly state that the metaphysical representation of MOCA is the sum of all rooms. So if you visualize in your head all of the different rooms next to each other in a huge festival ground, that is a modular interoperable metaverse museum. That is MOCA. And the owners of these rooms basically have the power to curate those rooms, to put the NFTs that they believe are most meaningful or valuable, or that they just want to highlight inside the rooms that they own. So you can imagine multiple entities, multiple room owners constantly updating the art on the wall of this metaphysical museum, which is MOCA, but also being able to set curators on chain to give those people the ability to update the NFTs for them. So the owner can basically work with other people who then put the NFTs on the wall. And as the MOCA Multipass and MOCA Show is interfaced there, and also soon you will be able to curate from the MOCA collections directly. These moderators are able to put in all the activated NFTs basically on the wall. So you can imagine a very, very dynamically changing museum, which we believe is the basic cornerstone of the next museum paradigm. And what we are thinking is, we are currently designing a MOCA token-based staking system that you can imagine as something that is similar as Discord Nitro, where you don't boost servers, but you boost rooms, and the aggregated amount of MOCA token attached to a room, or delegated basically to a room. All the details need to be figured out. These are the ideas that we have to more decentralize the curation by integrating the MOCA token over the course of next year. But I will share it with you here today, these thoughts, and there will be a more detailed write-up about this as the MOCA Rooms product launches to explain this vision. But you can imagine that this approach basically steers attention or visibility of art via the room NFTs as a vehicle by aggregating the voice of our token holders. And I believe this is a very, very powerful tool. And you can also expect next year that we are integrating the virtual curator that our friend, team member Karen 4D has been like building out for like months and training the virtual curator, which is like a neural network with like data about the art pieces. Our writer Max Cohn, like he wrote long form pieces for each individual like art piece that is in the permanent collection of the museum, and we are going to aggregate more and more data and feed it into the curator. So let me quickly fly over and like get the direction straight while I continue talking. So what is this? Yeah, we need to land there. So Max has been doing all that writing, and we have like more information about the artist. We aggregate from different sources. So that data is used to train like the virtual curator in the backend. And we've been experimenting a lot with like avatars and all that kind of thing when it comes to the front end. So at some point, MOCA rooms will be enabled with this tag. And maybe we combine this with like this community staking approach, that you need like a certain amount of MOCA token like staked to have the opportunity to activate the virtual curator for your room. So you need like the voice of the community behind your back first. And then what you can do is you can activate a 3D avatar that is served from our APIs to the integrators, which reflect the virtual curator visually, like in 3D. So what we have in mind there is to provide a completely new way to experience NFTs or art in the museum. So you will be walking through these 3D rooms. Some engines will support this earlier than others, of course, but in the end it's like engine agnostic, and the data will be served in a way that everybody can integrate this, like all platforms can integrate this, given they have like the required like tech stack to visualize the avatars and stuff. But you will be able to go through a room, point or click to like an art piece, and then have the virtual curator basically tell you something about that art piece. And this will be different every time that you do this, as like neural networks always like output variations of like content. And we believe that this results in like unique museum experiences where you can basically like experience the same curation in different ways all the time, which is going to be super powerful in my opinion. And this is basically the vision that we have for 2023. Like MOCA wants to become like this community curated museum where we deliver like the most interesting curation tag basically, which is then conveyed via like interactive experience in different virtual worlds. So decentralizing the on-chain curation that we have with rooms via MOCA token, using the activation mechanic at its core, which deflates the token supply on the basic fundamental level, as we like when we start to activate this whale tax, and more people want to like enter the ecosystem, they can always do this. But yeah, it should like benefit anybody inside the MOCA community if like larger institutions or whales come in and they want to have like all their shit activated as soon as possible, and they didn't really care in the beginning. I think that's a good like approach to deflate the MOCA token. And yeah, I think this combined is going to really lift what we are building and like the whole like mission of the museum to another level. And I'm super excited to share this with you and to like finally ship rooms with our developers in December and have that live and give you the ability to redeem your floor NFTs that you acquired in these daily nouns auctions to get like your actual like one-of-one rooms. Some people have like asked questions like how the token ID of rooms come together. So basically, if you redeem a floor, the room that you obtain will have like the same token ID as the floor NFT. This allows people who supported us early to have like low token ID rooms, which I think it's always like interesting. Shouldn't be the priority, but we decided to go that direction as we believe that this is the way to go to support early supporters. Now I need to like land this thing. Fuck. I think I need to go slower. Oh my god. You're too fast. You're too fast. So I need to be like concentrated a bit now. I hope you like enjoyed like me talking about MOCA. And I hope you enjoy like me landing this airplane on the runway. We're still way too fast. I need to like get in those flaps. Guys, this is way too fast. Fuck. Fuck. Okay. I think that's not too bad. You know, the bad thing is that we didn't activate damage. So we can basically just like go to the hangar, drop off, and enjoy some nice wine in Florence. I think you could like assume that the pilot here already had some wine, according to how he was like landing. But yeah, fuck it. If you like this format, please like give this video a like or let me know. And maybe I'm doing like Q&A sessions the same way I did this video. So I will ask people to throw questions at me, maybe in the MOCA Discord or so. And then, allow them to get some answers while I'm flying from one airport to another and like try to not crash an airplane the next time. So yeah, that's the idea. If you like it, let me know. And I just think in general it's a bit more entertaining to see something visually, that it's not always like related in like dub stuff and like tutorials, while like listening and learning about what our team is building here. I think that's it for now. See you next time and enjoy your day. Goodbye.